And welcome to another episode of the Philly BroCast. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Eric, thank you for joining me. Eric
Yeah,
is subbing for Ryan, who was unfortunately not able to make it tonight. So we appreciate it. We got a double dose, me and you today.
yeah,
So always good to have the show before a Birds game and then one right after. So uh,
right. Yeah, I like that. As I was watching the game last night, I was thinking, man, so much I want to talk about. And really, by the time we take the air, I won't have gotten to talk about that game with you. We'll be probably talking more about the Green Bay game on Sunday.
right,
But
exactly. So.
lots to digest from last night.
Yeah, it was a little ugly,
Yeah.
as per usual, I guess. At this point, um,
Yeah, it's becoming par for the course.
yeah, it's getting, I don't even know. I'm just kind of I'm almost numb at this point, and I'm not sure how to feel right now. How about you?
Well, it's funny. Jody has my wife has often said she nicknamed my anger moments to be Eric Smash.
Right?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and so she was very surprised there were no Eric Smash moments, and it was mainly because, like I think, like you just said, I've gotten numb to it. I'm worried in the fan base if apathy is almost starting to set in. And
Uh,
that's dangerous when that starts to set in a fan base. It's hard to chase that. I mean, the Phillies, I think, have had that the last few years, and
sure.
I worry about the Sixers getting that. Um,
Yeah.
but
No,
man, right now it's a pressing problem with the Eagles.
yeah, well, I mean, you're playing the way that they're playing. Their offense is struggling hard,
Yeah,
it's not
and it's a
just
team.
one
You saw
thing.
some good things from that defense in that first half. They were flying around. They were playing with a lot of energy.
Derek
I
Barnett
mean,
coming up a couple times. Yeah, it was
you
good
got
to
the
see.
one penalty from Slay, which was very undisciplined. I mean,
And then Jack,
it is what it is, but it almost seemed to fire up the unit. Like they
right?
started playing with some spunk to them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they made two huge fourth down stops, and
Mm-hmm.
you just thought, man, if only they could just get a drive, get some points on the board.
Yeah, it's something to
Defense was
spark
playing
that
well
offense.
enough to keep them in this game, and the defense did. It's
Right.
just, unfortunately, you can't really contain DK Metcalf. Slay honestly
He
didn't
did
do
an
that bad
admirable
of a job.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really did. There were a couple of them where I was like, well, what else is he supposed to do besides, mug him?
Right.
Yeah, he's right there in perfect position, and just Metcalf just makes the plays.
Yeah, I said last night, I'm like, well, short of kicking him in the nuts, I can't think of anything else you could have done like in a couple of those spots.
Right. So, I don't necessarily, and I don't blame him. Certainly,
No, he played his ass
defense,
off and is a great defender. I
yeah,
mean,
the defense certainly wasn't, you know, 100%, without blame, but they certainly
sure.
were not the major reason. It again comes down to this offense: Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson not being on the same page, and it showed again. You had one rollout once again for
Yeah.
Carson Wentz,
Yeah.
17 yards on that play, by the way.
Hmm.
And you don't go back to it. It worked for 7. That was like one of your largest plays of the game, and you don't go back to that. I don't understand, Doug. He's a very prideful person, and he really does not want to give up these play calling. But man,
Well,
if you
here he said today, now he's putting it back on the table that he's willing to talk about at least.
sure, hey
Yeah,
Gary,
taking away play calling, but at this point, who are you giving it to?
right, exactly. I
You
wouldn't
didn't hire an offensive coordinator because apparently you thought you were too good for one.
right. Yeah, I just you can't get. I don't think you should give it to Deuce. I mean, he may be the only real option, but he
Yeah,
plays. So I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I don't think anything's going to change in that realm for the rest of this year,
no.
personally. Um, but yeah, something's got to give. In the Birds locker room there. whether it's coaching, whether it's players or what, but I've never seen them just fall off this hard, this quickly from a team that was, rocking and rolling 3 years earlier, making the playoffs the previous years. I mean,
yeah, I mean, people talk about Doug being on the hot seat and him having no reassurances going forward. You're looking at a guy who hasn't missed the playoffs since his first year,
right?
And then won a Super Bowl. Like, I have a hard time with it. Like, to me, there's got to be more. Like, but the thing is, if you watch the team this year, you know that this is like it looks like a team that the coach has lost the team.
Yeah, it really does. I just again, I'm kind of at a loss for words, which, as you know, is rare for me.
Yeah, that's not you.
So I don't know. I'll be perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the game down in my basement, and whatever, and my son was being a little fidgety, so kind of took him up to bed. He's 4 years old, whatever.
Sure.
So we laid in bed and we watched the game, and I'll be full out honest, I fell asleep in the fourth quarter.
Hey, and I guarantee you, if people took the honesty test, there were a lot of people who fell asleep in the fourth quarter of that game.
Yeah, I was a little bummed though. I woke up with probably a minute left, and whatever they scored,
right?
That garbage extra touchdown.
That garbage touchdown made some people some money last night.
And also lost some people some money.
Yeah.
So
I'm so glad I didn't touch that game.
Yeah, right. So I woke up, and I unfortunately I haven't recorded, and I haven't been able to go back and watch it today. But obviously I'm going to go back and watch most of that fourth quarter. So yeah. I didn't see the interception.
And again, a lot of people go right with the whole, like, they had two routes on the play on the interception that were good routes to run one-on-one against man coverage, and Goddard ran a curl route, which is not a good route to run on one-on-one man-to-man. That's a better route to find the soft spot in the zone and come down. And Carson threw it in his direction, but it was more towards the end zone. And to me, that just says, well, it was probably an option route for Goddard. And Carson expected him to opt in towards it, which Goddard then specified today and said that's what was supposed to happen, and that's why Carson threw it there.
Right, but something tells me that maybe you don't make that decision to throw the ball if the guy hasn't even remotely broken in that direction. I could see at the moment of the break, that's when you throw it. Again,
yeah, but at that point, the ball's late.
If
I look at it and say, like,
if it's an option,
I understand he trusts Goddard.
Yeah, but if it's an option,
quarterbacking or
right. But if it's an option, though, the receiver has the option.
Right, and he's supposed to see it's man to man.
I mean, you're right.
Yes. He's supposed, if it's zone, he did the right thing.
I'm not trying to say that it's not without blame of Goddard. I'm just saying, shouldn't the throw come as the decision has been made?
Well, I think what it was is Carson looks and says he identifies it as man to man coverage, and so he expects Goddard to have as well, and that's why he did that.
I mean, I suppose, and I'm 100% in agreement. I'm sure that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I just, it's just frustrating.
Oh yeah, very frustrating. I don't blame anybody for being frustrated. Hell, I'm frustrated with the team.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have come down at that point. This team was still they had chances to win that game. And it's, again, another situation where we're sitting here the day after a game. They had chances to win. Wow. And, you put down a great question, and who's the blame for the loss? And to me, this is on Doug. I mean, how you don't have your offense going better than what they were.
Well, and Seattle, especially in that first half, we're just giving it to you.
Yeah.
They were making dumb decision after dumb decision. And you couldn't capitalize on single one of them. I mean, the fact of the matter is they went for it on fourth down twice, got stopped, and they couldn't even get a first down. They couldn't even get a first down on those.
Nah.
I mean, the simple fact is you didn't get your first down until Carson Wentz scrambled towards the end of the first half.
And I was really hoping with their piped-in crowd noise, they were going to pipe in the Bronx cheer.
That's funny. Hey, Dan, what's going on, buddy? Hello. Yeah, how are you tonight, buddy? It's good to hear from you.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Thanks for the concern.
No, absolutely. So real quick, if you have maybe you didn't check out the Football Smack Talk show with Eric and I, and you're probably thinking, wait a minute, is today Monday? It's not. It's Tuesday. Eric here is subbing in for Ryan, who normally does the Philly BroCast with me. Unfortunately, last second he had something come up, which happens. I would have gladly have done the show solo, but I figured I'd bring you on if you could. But again, if you haven't watched any of our shows this week, we have partnered up with Notoriety Sports Network. Basically, we're just kind of getting together with everybody at NSN, sharing our shows there, just basically getting together and then trying to build something, for the fans to, whether it's, Philly-related sports, whether it's national-related sports, does not matter. We got shows every day of the week, multiple shows a day for anything and everything. So it's I forget how many total shows it is, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, we're obviously bringing the Phillyverse over. A couple other guys are bringing some of their shows. So it's a real nice group. We're going to go after it. And I'm excited. Honestly, I'm really excited. So if you have not checked out Notoriety Sports Network on Facebook, please go and make sure you follow and like not only the page, but there is a group. And then, of course, they are also on Twitter as well at Notoriety Sports Network. So check that all out. You can also make sure you check out the Phillyverse here. That's our Twitter and Instagram handle. And then, of course, Phillyverse and the Philly BroCast Facebook pages. So enough self-plugging. I want to switch gears because the Eagles have been depressing the ever-loving crap out of me for the last couple of weeks. Let's talk about something positive. Now, I know you and I, we pretty much talk 99% football.
Sure.
Because that's what we do. And your other show, Mike Sports, which, again, also coming with us to NSN tomorrow at 8 o'clock. You guys talk football as well. So this is your opportunity, Eric, to finally talk something other than football. And let's talk about the most promising sport in Philadelphia here right now. I think we can all agree that that's the 10-9-8 76ers.
Really excited. I mean, look, Christmas is usually a fun time. And for those of you who know, this year going to be a little less fun for me, but, still going to make the best of it. But with Christmas this year comes basketball. And I'm really excited to watch this group that's been put together. We found out, I think it was just the other night, that they're going to have 4 preseason games starting, I believe, on December 11th is when the NBA is starting their preseason games. And so everybody's going to have at least 4. It's going to be, it's going to be a different season. Was it going to be 70-something games, 72?
I think that, yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be – I'm really excited to watch this group. I like what I've seen. Sixers – we worried about their ability to sort of be fluid and mobile with their roster, and they managed to make some great changes. I feel like a broken record. I keep saying I'm excited, but this is going to be – it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, yes, you are correct. December 11th, I think there's about 5 games on that slate. Now, unlike what they did last year, they're not doing the bubble. Teams are able to host games. Again, I think fans will certainly depend on that. Areas, procedures,
the restrictions.
restrictions. But the 76ers, I think their first game is on the 15th. I think it'll be a national game, 7:30 on the Tuesday the 15th on TNT against the Celtics, which is great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, going against Celtics in Philly, which is always good. But then I think they actually only have 2 games.
I think they only have 2 I think I misspoke and said everybody's at least having 4. Everybody's at least having 2.
Right.
Some as many as 4.
Right. And then I think they play that Friday at Indianapolis against the Pacers. Mm-hmm. So 2 games, preseason, last preseason games, I think, are the 19th. So it's a very quick preseason, just a little over a week. And then they're going to run right into games. So Christmas is, or is it the 24th, the first league game?
I thought it was supposed to be the 22nd.
Oh, maybe it is.
Or maybe I just heard that during the rumor stage, and then they announced it as the 24th. But
I don't know if they officially have a schedule out. I would assume that would be coming very soon. But
yeah.
But yeah. So either way, Christmas time we should have some NBA. It'll be exciting. And speaking of the Sixers, Doc comes to town. Morey comes to town. They've already made huge changes to this team.
Mm-hmm.
They bring in Danny Green. They bring in Seth Curry, not to be confused with Steph Curry. That would have been a lot better.
Which somebody, Jody confused that. Right? She's like, "We got Steph Curry." I'm like, no, we got Seth Curry. You would have heard me yell a lot more.
Philadelphia constantly gets the worst brother.
Yeah,
we got the worst Maddox for baseball brothers.
Yeah,
we got the worst DiMaggio.
Oh yeah.
So
the worst Giambi.
The worst Giambi, right? That's right. So yes, we always seem to get the worst brother, but that's fine. Seth Curry has a particular set of skills, and that's shooting the ball, and that's exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
So no Horford, no Josh Richardson, no Zaire Smith. All these guys are bye-bye. And there's still time to make a bigger splash. The lineup certainly can be rounded out.
They just had the draft a couple weeks ago. That was really cool.
They got Maxey, which is great. I think he could end up being a nice player. Certainly better than Zaire, but that's not that hard.
I think you would probably be better than Zaire.
Thank you.
Not me. I'm too short, but
right. Yeah. Everybody would be swatting your things into the second level.
Yeah, we'd have somebody trying to catch my jump shot or something.
But yeah, so the Sixers obviously building some excitement. Ben, Joel, Doc could be the combination that we've been all wanting to see, which is nice. Unfortunately, Mr. Brett Brown wasn't able to get it done. And I'm hoping just the change of pace, maybe change of culture. Hopefully light a fire under those 2 stars' asses. And
sure. I mean, Doc, we talked about it, and we've talked about this a lot in the Football Smack Talk show, where we talk about the guy who has that command when he walks into the room, where Brett Brown maybe didn't have that clout with a lot of those players. Like Ben Simmons knew, Brett Brown forever, and so it kind of like you didn't have that clout to stand there when the players want to just slack off and do nothing, where Doc Rivers can say, "Look, buddy, I have an NBA pedigree. I've been around. You want to win, you follow my lead."
Yeah, and hopefully that that attitude, helps Ben and Joel kind of get that next level, which would certainly be very, very helpful.
Sure, and look, and Joel Embiid, I do believe, and I think Ben Simmons too, but more so because of what I saw when the loss to the Raptors a couple of years ago in the playoffs. The reaction from Joel Embiid just really did show me how much he does want to win.
Yeah.
And like I do believe, as much as he's been given the label as a slacker at times, a little careless with his body, like, I think he deep down wants to win, and I think Doc Rivers is the kind of coach that might be able to show him how to.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited to see, that next step for Joel Embiid.
No, absolutely. So, all right. So switching gears once more, post question below. Phillies, man, they are effing up.
I thought you were trying to get me out of the Eagles' depression.
Well, I wanted to jump out of it, and
and just so we could go back in and make the Phillies depression.
This is a roller coaster of emotions, my friend.
A glass case of emotion.
Right. The Phillies are just like I said, effing up. They, first it was the whole letting go of people for during the pandemic. They handled it terribly.
Yeah, very poorly.
Yeah, and so they kind of got back on that. Then now it's JT Real Moto. Doesn't seem like there's any chance he's coming back now.
Yeah,
which just hurts because
considering you give up Sisto Sanchez,
who's now balling in Miami. Yeah. So you're left with nothing. Harper's probably got to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Your star player who you paid $300+ million for 13 years is now pissed. That's not good.
No, that's not a good look for your organization. You're not going to want to be moping around there for the next decade.
Right. And now you're coming out and you're saying that, you lost $1 billion, $2 billion, or whatever it was. That's not true. You didn't lose $1 billion. Somebody came out and immediately was like, absolutely not. They lost like $150 million. Like, granted.
Hey, look, I would crap my pants if I lost $150 million, but
right.
I don't have $150 million to lose.
Right. But again, like, it's not that extreme. And now they need to find a GM. And they're like, well, who wants to move during the pandemic? We'll wait. We'll take our time on that. Yeah.
Call me.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to move.
Yeah, right. Even if I did, like, if you make me move into the office there, Citizens Bank Park, like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Even down my address.
Even if I had to move piece by piece, one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just mishandling this. They reached out to your boy, former Cubs, Theo Epstein.
Yeah, that is definitely my boy. I want him here.
Well, it seems like he has declined. I think he truly is going to take a year off at least and kind of see, which really does suck because, if we could have gotten Epstein.
Okay, let's just not hire a GM this year. Let's roll with Middleton and let's hire Epstein next year. Because I want Theo. Look, he's built the winner everywhere he's gone, and he's done it the right way. He's done it with the young talent and develop your farm system.
Yep.
Quick, I don't remember if I did this with you or with somebody else. Do you know how many outfielders the Phillies have in their franchise history drafted, developed, and turned into all-stars?
It's either 0 or it's 1. And I can't remember. Oh, 2. Okay. So it's Pat Burrell made an all-star team, didn't he?
No, I don't think so. Not as a Philly. I don't think he ever did.
Oh, that's a shame. Don Brown, didn't he make it that 1 year? Because he had
that's one.
And then
there is another obvious one, but it's from from way back.
Oh, like super way back.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably not gonna get it.
Oh, you when I say the name, you'll feel kind of silly about it. Greg Debolazinski.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel a little silly now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking sad.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Don Brown was literally a flash in the pan.
The definition of flash in the pan.
Right. He had half of a season, and then it went all downhill.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Whoa, look! See, told you, Don Brown's awesome. We shouldn't have traded him for anything."
by my birthday, everybody, oh man, Don Brown stinks. Which my birthday's in mid-August. Everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no, you're right. Honestly, I would tell him, listen, take your year off. We'll pay you still.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, lock you into a contract.
Hey, look, can we just say you're our GM? You don't have to actually do anything.
Yeah, like just sign Real Muto and then be good.
Yeah, sign Real Muto, show up for the press conference, shake a few hands, take a few pictures, and then
have to do that. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
A picture, and then we'll just superimpose you in every other picture that we have that you were supposed to be at.
Absolutely. So yeah, I really don't know if they're going to spend any money this offseason, and they need to. They need to get more pitching. They need to fix the bullpen. They need to figure out what's going on in the middle of the infield. They need to figure out what's going on in the center of the outfield. I mean, those are four major things. You need a number 3 and a number 4 starter. Yeah. You need almost an entire bullpen.
Yeah.
You need to figure out shortstop. You need to figure out the entire middle. You need to figure out what you're doing at second
base. Yeah.
What you're doing at second base, what you're doing at shortstop, what you're doing at center field.
Look, when you look at a team, when you look at the real successful baseball teams, most of them are built up the middle. They're catcher, right. And I mean, you even discount pitching, and then second base, shortstop, and the center fielder. When you build your starting 8, that's how you start it, and then you sprinkle in on the sides, usually. And
nothing in the middle.
Yeah, we have nothing in the middle.
Now, if you're going to re-sign DD, that's great. Segura could, pop over to second base. Maybe Scotty Jetpack, goes to center or splits, be the kind of utility infielder. He kind of
at this point, have we given up on the idea of him being your everyday starting second baseman? That being Kingery?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It stinks because, last year, again, I almost want to take 2020 and just throw it away and not even worry about it and just say, Kingery would at least give him 1 year every day starting at second base. Give him 1 year where he starts 150 games at second base. I'd love to be able to do that, but I think at this point, we can't afford to waste time with that. You got to figure out, do you have a second baseman? Do you have a shortstop? Do you have a center fielder? And right now, the answer to all of that is just giant question marks.
Yeah, pretty much. So, folks, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe we'll get some more clarity after the winter meetings, if they're even having winter meetings.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that there was some talk that they weren't even going to have winter meetings, but they got to do something to kind of jumpstart free agency.
Let's say.
I don't even know what. I'm sure free agency has started because baseball's weird. Baseball's not like football where it's you get a barrage of activity right at the start.
Right. So, I'm not sure. I'm hearing an echo, but it looks like they are doing the winter meetings virtually.
Okay.
So
are they going to have virtual lunches together too, so they can have their discussions on? A lot of the time, the great meetings are when these things really happen.
Exactly. You sit down with different folks. You talk a little bit. Mm-hmm. You talk players. This is how trades. This is how free agents happen with agents and whatnot. So I don't know how it's all going to work.
Even towards switching sports, like in football at the combine. The legendary story of how the Eagles ended up making a move up to go get Carson Wentz is sitting around, Howie Roseman gets together with the GM from Miami as he's, going to have lunch, and they're talking about what their team needs are, and he's thinking, we really need a quarterback. You can't really help us with that, but we can maybe move up with you so we can maybe make another jump to get up to the top.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how that deal got done.
Yeah, pretty much. So, that's exactly kind of how it works. So, I don't know. As we've been saying all year, it's 2020. It is what it is.
To be effed up.
Yeah. So, hopefully, as we go into 2021, we only have one more month, folks. So that's good.
Almost there.
I'm really I think we're all just praying.
Yeah.
At 11:59 and 59 seconds on New Year's Eve, just boom, There's
no
just,
more Corona.
yeah, everything's just wiped away. So that would be pretty awesome. But
Right.
anyway, so yeah, that's the Birds, that's the Phillies, that's the Sixers. Not really a lot going along with the Flyers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Not a whole lot there.
They're technically in the same free agent kind of opening right now, and there's just no moves. It's in a snail's pace. So, everybody's kind of slow playing everything. So,
You kind of have to be concerned that you don't want to. These areas, like you're talking about real sensitive issues, you want to get guys get their physicals and stuff, and you don't want to take away from doctors tending to needs of, of people who have the coronavirus.
Right.
And, to say, hey, stop helping that patient there that's dying of COVID so that you can go give our guy a physical here so we can sign him.
Oh, is that how that works? Well, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's what I would say. Like,
well, that's it for us, folks. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate for subbing in for Fineran. He'll be back next week. We'll be back for the Football Smack Talk show on Monday. And don't forget that you can see all of our normal Phillyverse shows now, not only on the Phillyverse, obviously, that's never going to stop, but also on NSN, Notoriety Sports Network. So there's a bunch of us kind of coming together and really trying to build something nice. So I'm real excited about it. So please, if you have not already liked, already followed, please give them a like, give them a follow, and share them to your friends. Anybody who's a sports fan, let them know about it. Notoriety Sports Network doing big things, starting now and into the future. So check us out. And, again, stay tuned to the Phillyverse for any updates and whatnot. So, all right, Eric. Well, do you got anything to add before we get on out of here? Just, keep our tradition alive?
No.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on again. Thank you, everybody, for commenting and joining the show. We will see you guys next week. And hopefully we'll have some better things to talk about as not only – the Sixers preseason is slowly coming up, but maybe we'll have a miracle in Lambeau. So,
yeah, I mean, I almost feel compelled since we talk so much about the Eagles game and then what the Phillies aren't doing. Like, should we give out the suicide hotline number before we get out of here?
Well, you guys can always reach out to one of us. We'll gladly talk you out the ledge for sure.
Yeah.
So. All right, folks. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us tonight here on the Philly BroCast. Make sure you give us a like, a follow, and a share, not only on our page, but Phillyverse and, as I said, Notoriety Sports Network. So for the Philly BroCast, I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Have a good night, everybody. Go Birds, go Sixers, Flyers, and even Phillies. They effing up. All right, folks. Have a good night.
Good night.